guys, welcome back to For He Who Is Mighty. We are doing a fun one that I think would be fun to do during quarantine because we are trying to figure out what to do with all this free time. So I want to share with you guys my favorite podcasts, the music I listen to, and yeah, just make this a chill Tuesday For He Who Is Mighty video because I feel like we need a chill video. So I want to start with podcasts. I listen to a podcast at least every day, one episode every day, sometimes two, sometimes three, mainly because I drive a lot, so that is something that kills time. So that's why I listen to a lot of podcasts. Before this job that I have now, I had another job that would require me to drive a lot, so I've just been into podcasts for like the past 3 years, and I love them. I really do. So I want to share them with you. And these are a mix of faith, Christian related, and they're also a mix of just storytelling, politics, just in general, just like anything about life. So my number one is Radiolab. I don't even know how it's gonna, I'll just put a picture right here, I think. Okay, my first one's Radiolab. Radiolab was my number one podcast ever since I got into podcasts. One of my good friends and old supervisor recommended it to me, and I have been listening to it ever since. They have really good series. The one that they just finished is called The Other Lativ. Oh, this one was so good, you guys. Then they just have like random different podcast episodes. 10 out of 10 recommend. Another one that's from them, from the same producers or whatever, is Dolly Parton's America. This is a series they did with Dolly Parton, and they just interview her, go through her life, and I loved it. It's so fun to learn about other people's lives. They talk about her childhood and like where she grew up, what was her life like back then, and it's just really good. Dolly Parton's America, recommend. Another one that I really enjoy is called As For Me and My House by Jordan and Milena Ciciotti or something like that. She is a YouTuber, so it's Milena and her husband Jordan, and they just talk about faith stuff. I really like them because they feel very genuine. I really enjoy them. I definitely recommend As For Me and My House for faith-related content. Another one that I love is Hood Politics / so there's two in one. So Hood Politics and the Red Couch Podcast. An artist that I really enjoy is Propaganda. His real name's Jason Petty, but him and his wife, she has her PhD. She's Mexican. I think she's a professor, so she's like super cool. Both of them together have their podcast called the Red Couch Podcast, and then he branched out because he used to be a history teacher, so he's all into politics, he's all into history stuff, like he loves it. So he branched out and did his own called Hood Politics, where all they talk about is politics. It's kind of faith related, kind of not. They're Christians, but that's not their main focus. Hood Politics is about politics, and it's so good because he explains what's going on in the world as a teacher. Like if you're in the hood, he has a saying where it's politics is just gangbanging and suits, which the way he explains what's going on in the world, it's like, yeah, you guys are just gangbanging. You guys are just a bunch of gangsters doing politics. Anyways, one that I really enjoy too is called Science Versus, and this one is just science. Anything you want to do with science, listen to this. And it's cool because they put out all the facts and no opinions. And right now they're doing a whole coronavirus thing, so they are doing intensive research on what's going on with coronavirus. I think they're very reliable because they have a ton of citations that they display to the public. They're not afraid to show where they get their sources, and I don't know. I just enjoy Science Versus because science. Another one that this podcast is from a guy, wasn't really friends, I don't know, but from a guy who went to the same university as me, and now he has his own podcast, and it's called The Hope Project. And this one is everything that has to do with sexuality and faith, so trying to combine the two. And it's just having conversations with people about like gender, about having sex before marriage. Like there's a lot of things that he goes into, and he has different speakers. He has professors come on here, he has people who have experienced this certain thing. Like I I really enjoy listening to his episodes, especially because I think this is something that I'm not very knowledgeable on. Like, I don't really have these conversations with people because, I don't know, I just, something that I don't really think about or I'm surrounded by. But having him explain or having the speaker explain their experience, I really like it because I'm always down to learn. And this is good to learn from a Christian perspective, sexuality. And then I have another one called Work in Progress with Sophia Bush. Sophia Bush was in One Tree Hill. I love One Tree Hill, and that's how I just follow her now on Instagram, and I admire her and I'm inspired by her. She's very out there. She advocates a lot for different organizations. Like, she's a boss. She's intense. And her podcast has also has guest speakers and people that come in with different experience. She had someone from the CIA. She had Obama's speechwriter come in and talk about his days during the Obama administration. Like, she has really cool people that come in and talk, and they're just like, this is somebody's life. Like, it sounds like a movie when they're explaining to you their life. Like, the CIA one, I was like, mind blown. I was like, that's what people do? I don't know, it's weird. But I'm really inspired by it because she's very focused on advocating and just getting different experiences, getting different stories, getting different perspectives. It's really good. I really enjoy the last ones. I have more. I just have so many. I just love podcasts. This one I just recently discovered and I'm really happy about it. And he just kind of started this podcast. It's called Flights and Feelings by Joseph Solomon. He's a very small, I think he's a YouTuber too. I found him on Twitter and he just started his podcast. But it's really interesting. It's just stories, basically. He has a couple speakers and then he shares his story of depression and like what he had to experience. He just bought a house, so it's just like to gain his perspective. 30 Minutes with the Perrys. This one is with Jackie Hill Perry and Preston Perry. And I did a book review like a while ago. It's called Gay Girl Good God by Jackie Hill Perry. She is a gangsta. Like, she's so cool. I love their podcast because they keep it real, they keep it short, 30 minutes. So they do Bible studies, they do like marriage advice, they do just life in general. They did a coronavirus one, just like things with your relationship with Jesus, about friendships, pornography and marriage and church stuff. Like, it's good. They're very knowledgeable, they're very wise people, and I really enjoy listening to them. The last two I'm gonna mention, these are series. If you want to, like, it's like a TV show. Like, I get so sucked into it. One is S-Town. S-Town, if you guys like Tiger King, you guys need to listen to S-Town, because S-Town, I listened to it about 2 years ago, and the first thing that came up to my head when I watched Tiger King, I was like, this is S-Town. This is kind of like S-Town. S-Town is so good, you guys. It just goes into the life of somebody from Alabama, and it's like, this is people's life. It's wild, and it's a true story. Another one is called Serial, and Serial has 2 or 3 seasons, I believe. Each season is a different story. Ugh, these are so good too. These are like binge-worthy episodes that you need to listen to. It's mind-blowing me to get perspective from other people and other people's lives, and Serial is mainly focused on people that were, like, one of them is a guy who got put into prison because he murdered his ex-girlfriend, and even though they don't have all the evidence, they still put him in there. And so the host goes in and interviews people, like, tries to get all the evidence together, tries to figure out where did the justice system go wrong, where did this go wrong, where did this go right, who did it. You guys, they're really interesting. So those are my podcasts. I have a lot. Message me or comment down below and I can give you like my personal favorites. This is just in general who I'm subscribed to on my podcasts, because I'm always so excited to see what new episodes they come with, but I can give you like my personal favorites because I can think of like 3 or 4 on the top of my head from Radiolab. I have one from Science Versus, and I have one from Hood Politics, As For Me in My House. Like, there's some really good ones that are just like Work in Progress, the CIA one, 10 out of 10 recommend. So yeah, those are my podcasts. All right, now we're gonna quickly get into music. I don't know how I'm gonna do this because, so on Spotify, Okay, first let me say this. David and I really only listen to Christian music. And I mean, at work, they put on the radio, so I have to listen to whatever's on the radio. But for my personal music time, when I am doing work, like I put on headphones, or even in the house, we only really listen to Christian music. And the reason why that is one, I'm not really interested in what the world has to say in music terms. I'm not a huge like music, like drums, piano, like I don't analyze that stuff. I just like listening to music. So that's one. The second thing is I am a firm believer in what you put in is what will reflect out, and what you put in should be nurturing to your spirit. And I don't find that music nurturing to me. I don't find it helpful to me. I don't find it even appealing to me. Like it's just like, I'd rather just listen to music that worships my Lord, and music that's gonna get stuck in my head that is good for my soul and worshipful to Him, if that makes sense. You can listen to whatever you want, but that's just our personal thinking and beliefs and what we enjoy. I personally love Christian music. I think it's so fun. I think there's good music. There's some cheesy music, but that's why I want to share with you what we listen to, because we listen to all ranges. We don't just listen to like the cliche worship music. Like we have a lot of different music that we listen to, but it's all going back to Jesus, and it's all worshiping Jesus, and it's all pointing to God. So that's where we come from. With that being said, let's get into my music playlist. So first, I have a whole playlist called All the Good Ones. These are like my favorite to go to. This one just has like Hillsong, Bethel music, Francesca Battistelli, Elevation worship music, Kim Walker, All Sons and Daughters. I have Passion. I have Jeremy Riddle. I have a lot of Bethel music. Rend Collective is one that I love. We listen to Jesus Culture. We listen to Lauren Daigle. Did I say Passion already? I think I did. Stephanie Gretzinger. Absolutely love. Upper Room. So that's our main like worship music. I just like to put on an album and just let it play. I like to put on All the Good Ones playlist that I have, because those are the songs that I actually know and I sing along to. If not, then I'll just put an album on and it's fine if I don't really know the lyrics. So we listen to a lot of worship. We also listen to a lot of praise, which the difference is praise is more upbeat, worship is more mellow. We listen to rap music. I love rap music. I don't think it's cheesy. There's some that are very cheesy, but I think it's like, it's super cool what they say. They're very unique with the words because of how they have to describe Jesus and how they describe their walk with Jesus. So, Beautiful Eulogy, hands down, will always be my favorite. We listen to Shai Lin. He's also really good, straight to the point, super full of truth. Andy Mineo is also really good. Gavi is one. Jackie Hill Perry is also a rap artist. Lecrae, Tadashi. One that we just discovered, his name's What Up RG. He's also really cool. He's also really good. Toby Mac, even though he's not really a rap artist, but he's really up there. Oh, a new one that really reminds me of Cardi B. Her name's Wandy. She just came out with a new album. Super gangster. Wandy, she's so cool. Derek Minor is one. Ty Brazel is another. King's Kaleidoscope is one that's not very rap artisty, but it's very upbeat and it's very gangster. It's kind of rock, kind of pop, like it's a mix of them. So I like King's Kaleidoscope. Chris Howland is another one that's very pop. Then I have a couple songs that are like, I don't know the artist, but I just know the song, and it's called Do You by Cass, Trust and Believe by Proud Refuge, From the Roof, Quentin Koblenz, Hands and Feet by Ecclesia, Wild Love, Elevation Rhythm, Matthew Campbell, Meraki. This one's one of my favorites. It's called We Already Won, ACJR. Let me play it. I'm gonna play it. I don't know if you can hear it. Okay, I'm just gonna play songs now. This was so gangster. Ready?
Yeah, look, I'm like, who this? Why y'all tripping on who this? Why y'all looking so clueless?
This was the new one.
Yeah, my life, right.
This one's so good, you guys. It's by KD. It's called Long Live the Champion. So gangster. This one's by Jackie Hill Perry and Shaylin, Ambassador. Kind of rap. This one's by What Up RG.
Whoa, holy. Yes.
So gangster. This is King's Kaleidoscope and Andy Mineo. This one's one of my favorites. It's called The Beauty Between. So that's my songs. That's basically it. We just go through Spotify and we sit and just go through all this music and we're like, ooh, this one's good, and we'll add it to our playlist or we'll save it as one of our albums. But we just like to play around and look for new music. So if you have cool, fun music that's Christian music, leave a comment below and we would love to listen to them, because we always love listening to new music and just discovering new artists that talk about the Lord in a fun way. I think that's it for now. So hope you guys like this video. I hope you guys look into the podcast, look into the music, and you discover something new. Thanks for watching. Leave prayer requests down below and I'll see you guys next Tuesday. Bye!